Thank you for joining us today, and may the grace of Jesus Christ be with you. As we reflect on this profound moment, I pray that you feel the presence of God in your heart and are filled with peace. We hope you find this video both enlightening and inspiring, and that it encourages you to walk in faith through these turbulent times. Let us begin our journey together by reflecting on an extraordinary event that unfolded in the serene French countryside. In the small and peaceful parish of Saint-Pierre, led by Father Michel Rodrigue, something profound occurred that changed the course of many lives. On a seemingly ordinary spring morning, during the tranquil routine of morning Mass, something unexpected interrupted the peaceful liturgy. The beauty of the stained glass windows reflecting the first rays of the morning light was suddenly eclipsed by a powerful celestial phenomenon. As Father Michel stood at the altar, the church was bathed in an intense, brilliant light, so bright that it forced him to shield his eyes. The light was not of this earth, but from the very heavens themselves. This dazzling illumination filled the church, and it became clear that a divine message was about to be delivered. It was in that moment that the Archangel Michael, the heavenly protector and defender of faith, appeared in all his majesty. The Archangel Michael, whose wings stretched wide, radiant with divine power, descended with a presence both awe-inspiring and comforting. His face, a blend of celestial beauty and fierce wisdom, emanated an undeniable authority. In his eyes, Father Michel could see not only boundless knowledge, but also a profound sense of urgency. Michael's sword, alight with heavenly fire, symbolized his unwavering commitment to confront the dark forces that threatened humanity. Father Michel, overwhelmed with awe, knelt before the archangel as the divine messenger spoke with clarity and conviction. The message was one of warning, a prophecy foretelling a period of great suffering for humanity. Michael's words were not spoken to create fear, but to awaken the faithful, urging them to recognize the severity of what is coming. The archangel spoke of a future where humanity would be caught in the grip of spiritual and physical darkness. He prophesied that Europe would face unimaginable trials, events of terrible proportions that would shake the very foundations of the world. These trials would be marked by widespread upheaval, social chaos, and profound suffering, leading to a time of great testing for the people of God. But even amidst this dire prophecy, the Archangel Michael offered a beacon of hope. He called on the faithful to hold fast to their faith, to trust in God's protection, and to remain vigilant in prayer. The message was clear. The forces of evil would advance, but the strength of the faithful, anchored in unwavering belief and the power of prayer, would stand as a shield against the darkness. Father Michel was deeply moved by the gravity of the message and the urgency with which it was delivered. The Archangel's words are a call to action for each one of us. They urge us to prepare spiritually and physically for the coming trials, to stand firm in our faith, and to embrace the power of prayer and devotion to God. This revelation serves as a reminder that we are not alone in our struggles. With the Archangel Michael leading the charge, we are called to unite, strengthen our resolve, and stand as witnesses to the power of faith in the face of overwhelming adversity. The road ahead may be fraught with challenges, but we can face it with courage, knowing that God's protection and the intercession of His angels will guide us. Let us take this message to heart. In these uncertain times, we must remain vigilant, strengthen our relationship with God, and prepare for the challenges that lie ahead. Our faith will be our shield, and our prayers will be the sword that cuts through the darkness. Together, let us rise in the strength of the Lord and walk forward with courage, hope, and unwavering trust in His divine plan. Thank you for staying with us today. How do you feel about the message shared? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to stay updated on future videos. May God bless and protect you always. Amen. In a vision marked by profound spiritual significance, Archangel Michael revealed a dark period of history, one marked by the overwhelming influence of Satan. A time when global leaders, their hearts corrupted by evil, would bring society to the brink of collapse. Governments and institutions, once seen as pillars of order, would crumble under the weight of corruption, and religious integrity would come under direct and relentless attack. This vision of chaos and confusion depicted nations falling apart, freedoms being stripped away, and a growing darkness that threatened to unravel the very fabric of civilization. Yet, amid this dire warning, Archangel Michael, the guardian of the faithful, brought a message of hope and divine protection. His words were a call to action, urging all believers to unite in prayer and penance as their shields against the forces of darkness. While the world may fall into chaos, he assured, God's protection will remain steadfast for those who seek refuge in him. This reassurance served as a beacon of light in an otherwise bleak prophecy. The archangel's message emphasized the importance of faith, perseverance, and spiritual vigilance. He called for a renewed devotion to the Immaculate Heart of Mary and the power of the Rosary as weapons against the growing evil. To strengthen this commitment, Father Michel Rodrigue, the spiritual leader of the St. Pierre parish, was chosen to guide his community through the coming storms. His mission was clear: to prepare the faithful for the trials ahead and to remind them of the protective grace found in the devotion to the Virgin Mary. As Father Michel received this divine mandate, St. Pierre parish underwent a profound transformation. What once was a quiet village church became a center of intense spiritual activity. Daily prayers, holy processions, and times of deep reflection became the new norm. Each act of devotion served as a fortification against the encroaching darkness, and through these rituals, the faithful strengthened their bonds with one another and with God. The prophecy Archangel Michael shared began to unfold as the world outside began to show signs of instability. Societal divisions deepened, unrest spread, and fear loomed large. Yet, despite the turmoil that began to pervade every corner of the world, the parishioners of St. Pierre stood firm in their faith. They faced each challenge not with despair, but with a renewed fervor and a deep commitment to their mission. Their prayers were no longer mere words. They became a powerful declaration of resistance against the forces of evil that sought to tear their world apart. Father Michel, with his unwavering resolve, continued to guide his flock, inspiring them to hold fast to their faith. Under his leadership, the Church became a fortress of light, a place where refuge and hope could be found in the midst of impending darkness. Through the intercession of the Virgin Mary and the spiritual protection of the Rosary, the faithful were reminded that no matter how severe the trials ahead, they were not alone. Their unity and dedication to prayer became a beacon of light, not just for them, but for all those seeking to hold on to their faith in the face of adversity. In this dark time, Archangel Michael's message rings out as a rallying cry for all believers to come together, to pray fervently, and to prepare spiritually for the challenges that lie ahead. The strength of our faith, our devotion to God, and our commitment to one another will be our shield against the darkness. The power of prayer, especially the Rosary, will be our weapon. And through it all, God's love and protection will guide us, no matter how deep the shadows may grow. Let us respond to this call with unwavering hearts, for the path forward may be difficult, but with faith, we will overcome the trials that come our way. Together, under the protection of the Blessed Virgin Mary and the strength of our shared devotion, we can weather any storm. The story of Father Michel's second vision took a powerful turn when Archangel Michael appeared once more, his radiant presence casting a stark contrast to the overwhelming gloom that had blanketed the world. His message was one of unwavering reassurance. No matter the trials ahead, divine protection would always be there, and through their combined faith and perseverance, victory would eventually be theirs. However, he also emphasized the urgent nature of the situation, reminding them of the need for spiritual vigilance. St. Pierre's community was energized by this vision, drawing strength from both the angelic message and the enduring faith of Father Michel. His leadership, rooted in deep belief, became a beacon of hope and resistance as the days went by. The teachings of the Immaculate Heart of Mary and the power of the Rosary served as pillars of their unwavering spirit. Each prayer, each recitation of the Rosary, built an invisible wall of protection around them, fortifying their resolve. At the end of this trial, another divine message arrived, further affirming the strength of their faith. Archangel Michael once again predicted a coming triumph, an assurance that, in the end, good would always overcome evil. The people of St. Pierre found solace in this prophecy, seeing it as a sign of hope and renewal. It was not just the promise of a victory, it was a divine declaration that despite the darkness surrounding them, light would ultimately prevail. Father Michel, having guided his flock through this trial, felt a profound sense of gratitude. Not only had he grown into a revered spiritual leader, but his community had also been forged through their shared adversity. Their bond, rooted in unwavering faith, had become unshakable, a testament to the transformative power of God's grace. What began as a small parish had now evolved into a powerful sanctuary of divine victory, a place where anyone seeking refuge could find peace. The Church of St. Pierre became a living symbol of how faith, when tested, can emerge stronger, more resilient, and more deeply connected to the divine. As the world slowly began to heal, the memory of Saint Pierre and Father Michel's journey endured. Their story remained a shining example of how faith triumphed over despair, offering a timeless reminder of God's grace and the invincible power of belief. Thank you for being part of this journey. Your presence has added depth to this reflection. Until next time, may you continue to find inspiration and strength in the shared stories of our human experience.